It's early Saturday morning, and here we are once again for today's episode number 46 of Q&A. It's going to start off with saying Happy New Year to you all, and I hope you had a great Christmas, New Year, all of that stuff. And it was fun. Did a couple of gigs, as you've possibly seen. Got a couple of bits of which I put online. I know there's a lot more to go, but whether I'll get round to it or not, I don't know. What's that? No wig today. Well, I've had my haircut, see. Or my ears lowered. As I used to say, it was ears lowered when I was a boy. When you was at school, you had your hair cut. No, I've had my ears lowered. I always loved that joke. I must have used it quite a few times. You can see now all the gear is back stacked up behind me, which means no more gigging for a couple of months, which is nice. It gives me a little bit of a rest. Going to start off with episode 46 from EJ Guitars. Is Monty Python's Village Idiot the equivalent of American redneck? Yeah, it could be. I think he's got beautiful legs. Not EJ, I don't know. I've never seen his legs. But yeah, I suppose it is. But we got enough village idiots in England at the moment. Although I'm in France, of course. But we've got the current MPs. We've got the MP Chris Grayling, who's just awarded £14 million to a ferry company, right, to ferry in drugs and stuff. I don't mean marijuana and cocaine. I mean proper drugs for you to get better with from Europe when England crashes out of the European Union in a matter of about 12 weeks' time. So they want these ferries to sort of bring supplies in. So he gives £14 million to a company that's got no ships, no docking facilities at either side of the channel yet. Hasn't been agreed. And they've got £66 in the bank, this company, so they're obviously a reputable company. They have got debts of over £800,000. A credit check reveals they're good for 500 quid. But if you were going to give them a contract, don't go over 1,000. Chris Grayling gives them 14 million. That just shows you he's the village idiot, mate, I tell you. Paul's Country says, nice playing. Thank you. How was your family affected by World War II? Well, do you know? My dad, I know I said a couple of things about him in the past, but he was out in the desert and he was a mechanic fixing Land Rovers. One person shot at him. My father-in-law, he was in the Fleet Air Arm, so he was in aeroplanes which over the sea, you see, it's a naval thing. And he told me one day, he said that he got shot down. And so he lands in the old drink. And he's at one side of the plane and he's pulling like mad, like this, pull, trying to get the lifeboat boat out, right? And it wouldn't come, it was jammed and the plane was starting to sort of go down. And he then realised there was a guy the other side with the door open, pulling the thing from the other side. So they were pulling against each other. Luckily they noticed, otherwise they wouldn't go for a drink. But no, I suppose I was kind of lucky that, as far as I know, none of my family were actually killed in the World War II. They probably were, but I just don't know about them. My mum always said to me that she partied. She said, you don't know if you're going to live to see the next day, so it was party time. I think she quite enjoyed it, but there again, I expect a lot of women did. A lot of people did, I guess. Rick Romanelli says, sorry, been absent for the questions. Why do you have to carry a yellow vest in your car? Did somebody already ask this? No, nobody asked that. You just have to have one in case of a breakdown. You have to wear your yellow jacket. That's the only thing about it. Yeah, it's no big deal. At the moment, all the yellow jackets, to support the movement, you put your yellow jacket on the dashboard of your car. Now, I've got mine on the dashboard. Whether I support it or not is kind of irrelevant. But if anybody sees you and there's trouble, they see it. They go, and you go, honk, honk, honk. I know that. Honk, honk, like that. Honk. Del P says, does Julie mind you being in a band? Because my girlfriend hates it. Mate, you know, I could say get a new girlfriend. Trouble is, being in a band and your girlfriend don't like it or your wife don't like it, you're in hiding to nothing, because she'll always say, oh, you know, we really want to go out with Sue and Steve for a nice meal somewhere, and Yeah, it ain't going to work. And you want to go out and rock and roll? No. It's one of those things. Some girls that love it, some girls hate it. Julie loves it. She's always been the same. In fact, when I was she also supported my racing, and because one of the things she used to love was when a car was in the pits area, and in the paddock, and everybody was just sort of come round before the race and now I'm looking at all the cars, and Julie would be sitting there with her bleached blonde hair and shades and a deck chair going, look at me, I'm important. Poser. Can't blame her for that. CJ99 says, funny you should mention the old cop shows, because we were talking about Kojak, Cracker, and he said they've been doing a remake of Magnum. Well, I don't know, will that work? And CJ said it's pretty good, but I don't know, because all I ever think about is Magnum and his eyebrows. I can't see my eyebrows here. I have got them, look. And that was he did that at the start, and of course he had the Dobermans and the Ferrari. Will it work? I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Sweeney in America, particularly. The Sweeney was this great cop show, and they're actually showing it at like 9 o'clock in the mornings now on one of the satellite channels. And but they've taken all, because the original series really sort of quite tough. These cops are and all this, and it was brilliant. But you can't really have that at 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning, it's very, very sort of completely. They've ruined it, mate. They have ruined it. I don't know if this will be ruined. No. Magnum, will it? I suppose I'm going to have to wait and find out. Anyway, so the gigs I did over Christmas and New Year, brilliant, both of them. New Year one was quite spectacular. And I did Kirsty Fuck Off, which is a drag act. It's the only 2 times I'll ever perform this, and it was funny. The worst one was on New Year's Eve. I came out, did the big entrance, and we did this song, and it was all going great. And this guy, he's a French guy, and he's well over 6 foot. I'm quite short, really. And he grabs hold of me, and the biggest snog I think I've ever had in my life. And I thought, I wasn't really prepared for that, especially because he had a big beard, and it was... I was going to end up with a rash. Big snog rash. Oh man, it was funny. It was bloody hilarious. It made there was quite a few people going and because it was all French, and there was, I suppose it was about 50-50 French English split, because it is an English owned bar, so you do get an awful lot of English there, which you'd expect, but an awful lot of French as well. And boy, do they know how to dance, and dance late. We packed up at 2:30 in the morning. We finally got all the stuff in the cars, and the French have got a disco thing going, a tape player with a decent amp system going, and they were still going for it. And I said to the landlady, I said, what time do you reckon they'll go? She said, they'll keep going till about 5. Saying that, I didn't end up, because I had to drive home. Didn't get to bed myself until it was gone up past 4 in the morning. And I can tell you, New Year's Day, I was fit for nothing. Anyway, get some more questions. This is episode number 46, and number 47 will be coming next Saturday morning. Looking forward to it, and good to see you all, and horns up. And horns up from Sudie. Yeah.